Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ Palma, with the better host, John Young. We'll start. We'll say with the grumpy host, John Young.
I'm not grumpy.
The tired host, Claire Base. We're like hodgepodge putting it together tonight, guys.
We'll the tired host.
There it is.
I thought Jay Wise was good. Oh my gosh, that reminds me from our strategy call when you said backbend to Narnia, describing a deadlift. That was the best thing I've heard all day.
Good. Glad.
I realized I was probably the only one who thought it was that funny, but I was
for sure we're the only one. That's okay. I appreciate it.
I thought it was so funny.
I think it's clever.
Well, I mean, it's like I think the hugest fault in how we deadlift as like a sport is we look at powerlifters and we're like, oh, that's a really good idea. We should like do whatever. And I'm like, that's a terrible. We don't have to lock out. It's like putting your ass on the ground for every squat just because it's below parallel.
And it's so different. Like powerlifters are going for their selling out for one rep.
Yeah, exactly.
Hope and a prayer. It's totally different.
All right. I am finishing writing part of this article.
Hey, your camera looks so good. What is happening? I feel awful.
Me?
Mine looks
He's got a ring light.
No, I mean, no.
Looks
my
great.
Camera's different, but you guys are, Claire, you're glary, but
mine's so bad. Trust me, I was literally, this is what we have to offer.
I think it's the two-tone lights behind me. They're like, oh, well, they're switching, but I think it's set up well for whatever is in front of me. So anyways, and I have another light. I got a different light. So I have these like, they're called Govi, which is like gamer lights that I have like on my wall behind my computer. So it's this like huge tube that's like 35 inches long. And so it sits perfectly behind my computer and like, it'll like do its thing, whatever. And then the Days of Our Lives filter. Exactly. And then I have two like stand-up lights that like are shining under the couch, pushing up. So you can see them change. Pretty cool.
Those ones are cool. I like that they change.
Mm-hmm. This one can change too. All right. So are we just going to get right into this and just talk about this for an hour and a half? Maybe.
I mean, I will not be talking about it for an hour and a half, but I think we are going to do that. Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys drive the conversation and respond when spoken to.
Everyone's
Oh my
grumpy.
gosh, JY, how do you, okay, I just came in right before we went live. What do you mean you'll respond when spoken to? What's going on? Are you putting yourself in timeout? Are you salty? What's happening?
None of the above.
Okay, well, that's not usually how you do things. So what's up?
I told you I wasn't going to be angry.
We could do a little bit of group therapy. Okay, so you feel angry, so then you just don't want to express it.
No, I feel fine. I feel great.
All right, CJ, it's your turn.
Well, all right, my turn. All right, I was pausing this article.
Back to you.
So the quarterfinals workouts were released.
Can I address something?
When spoken to by the chat. Should I just pull the comment up? I already know what you're doing.
Yeah, do it.
Which one?
This one. This is definitely what's got him.
Oh my God. All right. I'll let you talk. Here, you go ahead. Here, you do that. I have to finish writing part of this article. You talk for, give me like 60 seconds.
Oh gosh. Okay. I didn't have a 60-second response.
Yeah, you did.
No, I really didn't. No, that's not what's getting to me.
That was
less than 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Good job.
Listen, they're going to do them and we're going to do us. I don't think it's drama back and forth. If you think it is, then you're not watching close enough because there's only one party who's interested in that and the other party is not, which is why a lot of us left. You know, like she tried to take what you guys said and made it seem like y'all didn't like me.
I know.
Oh yeah, the CJ one. That was gnarly.
So we haven't talked about that at all. And so I don't think I said anything. Her comment made me laugh. I wanted to comment back. Well, I said something about it's okay to disagree with your friends, right? Which is, it totally is acceptable to like not have the same view.
I don't imagine that she agrees with that.
Oh, I don't think she has that in her bones.
And so we're not going to talk bad about Dents.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
So
I'm not trying.
Anyways, so she responded, but her comment was funny. it was like John wouldn't bring a dish to the Christmas party or whatever it was. And I almost commented, when I invite John to my Christmas party, I know he's not bringing a dish. Because I don't see that. I love you, but I don't see that. I don't see you as like helping.
That's actually really
that's
funny.
Totally okay. And that's
but
totally
Leslie
okay.
would.
Leslie would, exactly, but John wouldn't. John.
I mean, I didn't know I'm supposed to bring a dish. If I know I'm supposed to bring a dish, I would bring one.
Well, you just assume. You always assume that you're supposed to. But that is right, because I know when I was in college, like before I got with Perrin, like I didn't know I was supposed to do any of that stuff. And I know it's been a long time, but I always would now. But when I like pre-Perrin, that wasn't a thing. Now, if like we're going somewhere, Perrin's like, I'm like, no, they said don't. She's like, we're bringing something. I'm like, we'll fight about it. I'm like, no, they said specifically, don't bring anything. And I was like, all right. And it just doesn't work. And she's like, we got to bring something. And so we'll just bring cookies or I don't know, arbitrary something. Anywho, never assume exactly. All right. So
hold on. I mean, I want to, we're not, I promise you, I don't care to go in depth. Okay.
Cool.
So
just move on.
Well, just let me get this out and then we can move on.
Oh my God.
Where is it? This is my mom. So I just want to,
I think it'll be okay.
No, you got to think. She was the best of friends with Hiller, and then now he throws tantrums. Now he throws temper tantrums. Not a temper tantrum.
Who does? Hiller?
No, I just and then like she was fine with Spin, and now she tries to, try to do what he's doing. She was fine with Tyler, and now he's a liar. She was fine with me, and now I mooch off of everybody. Like, you disagree with one thing, and then you are a terrible, terrible person. Does that mean people don't need to work on things? For sure. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can work on something. I don't think that's bad, but there is a 100% a pattern, and I don't care to be a part of it. If she wants to do what she wants to do, then all the power to her. But I don't think it's very productive if people think that we're participating in the drama. Taylor commented, he was like, less drama, more news. And I think it's a wonderful comment, right? I respect Taylor. We're not.
Yeah.
I respect Taylor, but I do think it's rich that, like, it's not from him, but it's from them, that comes from them. Does that make sense, that comment? But
yeah, I mean, also every individual is also like, I think this whole camp thing is also like everyone does have their own opinions, ideas, and so on, even within the three of us on this show, or even with you all on Barbell Spin. Like, just because you all do a show together doesn't mean that you just all agree all the time or think the same thoughts or have the same perspectives. And I would venture to assume that's also the case for anyone else in any other cohort of people, whoever's doing other shows as well. So anyway, I mean, it's just,
me and Tyler disagree with about,
and I just forever come back to like, we're all just humans out here trying, all of us.
Yeah.
And we're messy creatures.
And so I just want to, and we'll move on because it's my show and I have the last word.
Yeah, this is not
so.
Get us out of here.
I think Dents provides value, and I don't like her making fun of my friends, and so that's why I said something. I love John, and I think that's I don't like to see the people that I enjoy, right? Like I think, like obviously a lot of people love her stuff. I think that's great, and just I don't want her to see her jab at Tyler and Spin and John, and that stinks that it's happening. So, anyways, all right, let's move on.
Shelly approves. All is right in this world. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly. So
I certainly
quarterfinal workouts are announced, and they are maybe a little lackluster of what we wanted them to be. And I think I was talking to Tristan a lot in
Harrison.
Yes, exactly. I know Tristan.
That's his programming coach bestie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, Tristan from Ascend. Tristan Patrick.
Patrick, sorry.
So he brought up some good points, right? It's not heavy, and a lot of the points that he brought up were specifically to individuals getting ready for semifinals, which I think is where the I think the biggest frustration probably is, at least like the most valid frustration, is athletes qualifying for in-person events. And so his take, and I definitely agreed, and we went back and forth on it, is athletes are going to qualify to semifinals without touching a more than 135-pound Olympic lift, or doing anything longer than 12 to 15 minutes. And that's a huge problem, right? Because there's going to be some people in there, and I just want to make sure we get into the actual qualifying process tonight at some point, like what all the events are actually doing, because I think what they're doing totally like means that workouts don't matter. Like the same exact 20 people are going to get invited anywhere, no matter what the workouts would be. But it is I think those are the biggest things, like not getting through with a rope climb, right, or a handstand walk. I'm not saying that those have to be in here, but there's a big gap from the open to quarterfinals to what they're going to see in person, especially at Syndicate with JR, right? There's going to be someone there pulling a Haley from 22, standing at the first barbell of whatever it is. And that stinks. Like that's a problem. And so, yeah, I think the more overarching challenge for the highest level athletes. And I think that's an issue. It is light. I think the workouts in a silo are pretty good. But my biggest take on it is there's 3 workouts that are speed runs for the top athletes. And I think there should never be more than one, where like there's basically no limiters in the workout and it's just a race. Like there's just a race. There's no bottlenecks at all. Which is surprising because Boz almost purely writes in a style of bottlenecks. And so it's kind of unique to see this sort of thing from him. It's very different than his MO. And so Dave talks about this a lot, right? Like there's workouts that everyone finishes, some finish, and very few finish, right? And so when you can take that and you can even look at it, it's like, he talked about the games this year, and like running Isabel, right? Oh, they snatched again, but it was light. It's like running Isabel in an online quarterfinal would have been the worst fucking workout, but it was arguably the most exciting workout at the games because of where it was placed and because it was live racing. And so the burpee shuttle run workout is probably way more exciting in person because the race is going to be close. So we're going to have hundreds of spots within 20 seconds of each other, 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Same thing with the deadlift double under, right? We're going to probably have over 1,000 people under a minute of the top, like within each other, if not even more, right? And then the last workout is, yes, it's who's good at handstand push-ups, but at that number, all the males in the top 100 are pretty much going close to unbroken on that workout at the very end, right?
I would be shocked if they didn't go unbroken.
Say that one more time.
I would be shocked if any of them did not go unbroken.
Right, exactly, because you can slow your row down 10 seconds and you go unbroken, right? And so we all know
hurting it going into it either. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And so because of that, that's my biggest my biggest challenges, right? Is there's too many, they're too like in the sense of it's speed of rep. And I think it's okay to have one of those. I don't think it's okay to have 3. And so I think that's my biggest, it's where it grinds my gears, I suppose. Right. That's my take.
I have a take, but Jay, why you want to go?
I agree completely with CJ. I think you can't really say it better than how he put it. I think there are 3 of the 4 workouts. There's no separator for people who are semifinal quality people. And I'm willing to bet that is funny. That is funny.
Was there a line down the video on that?
Yeah, it's just it's a glare. You should have a glare that's like.
Oh, I'm very aware of the situation here. Yeah.
Obviously, like the top 100 people will still be the top 100 people, but I bet you the 500 to 2,000, if you took that area of people, it will probably be the strongest correlate to the open that there's ever been.
Explain what that means.
Any season with quarterfinals, I think there would be a shift in those people. It's not the same people that got that spot in the open that would get that in the quarterfinals.
Like the leaderboard looks identical.
Correct. If you were 1,500th in the open, you're not going to be 1,500th in quarterfinals. Vice versa, there are people who are 5,000 in the open that could have gotten 1,700th at quarterfinals, right? Like, and that would be the category that I would be in, right? Or, but there's categories of they working the other way around too. Like if you know Brock Kirby, he goes to Crash. He's not really a semifinals athlete, but he's super aerobic. Okay, like I'm talking sub 20-minute 5K, and he can do he can do ring muscle ups. He's okay at handstand push-ups. He's very just okay at these things, but he's extremely aerobic. Like he's always in the top 2,000 in the open. He has a very, very real shot at making semifinals, and I hope he does. He's a good friend of mine. If we did semifinals, pick your semifinal, any semifinal, he wouldn't beat me in any of them. And he's so much fitter aerobically than I am. Like that is an issue. Like you're sorting for the next level, and I don't think you do that correctly by the workouts given. But again, CJ said it perfectly. There needs to be separators in the quarterfinals, and there's just not any. There's one workout.
Yeah. And I'm not even too upset about the load, right? The load is the easy separator, right? Like just in general, it is an easy separator.
Gymnastics is a big deal.
Yeah. And so this is like so 70,000 people just got invited to this, right? Which is a fucking ton. Yep. And so we have to take that into consideration. Also, that number doesn't make sense, by the way. Boz said that, but that would mean that I guess 280,000 almost signed up.
We had 253,000 signups.
So 65 or whatever. Anyways, so for assuming 70 signed up for 65,000 people, all these workouts are great, and everyone's going to fall in line where they fall. You know what I mean? And
it's that simple. Like that's it.
And so
not what it was. Things
have changed. Right. And things change, but again, like you've said in other shows, that doesn't mean we don't talk about it and we don't criticize and voice our opinion. That's the whole point of the show,
Sure. I guess my thing is I don't see a problem. I see a shift. I can acknowledge the shift. I don't see a problem.
I think my only problem is what this is doing, like where this puts the next group of athletes, right? We have workouts that standards can be skirted. We're not going to video. We're not going to review. There's no public review, at least at this point.
Those are separate issues that they're
right. Well, I'm just talking about
lying in there. Yeah.
Sure. And so, I was wondering what Seema did.
I don't know what is happening here.
She said, "Do we do weekend review?" Sorry, not a Savon podcast. And so they are different problems, but I think they sort of come back to the same, the same overarching thing is like this thing, while extremely important for the community, as important for the sport, right? Which is same but different, right? As they say, right? Like it's all in the same spectrum, in the same continuum, but this is qualifying people to go in person, and there will be a huge gap between this workout and then the next. And so because of that, like the step wasn't made, right? Like there was no gather step. They just walked the ball in, right? And then they're just going to slam dunk it, And so I think that's where the challenge is. And that's where my biggest struggle lies. Not even in the, like, oh, it's not heavy or whatever. Like, I don't like the speed runs. That's like a personal bias of, I don't think everything should be, okay, you can just absolutely send it with no regards for anything until the workout's done, right? There should be one, but there shouldn't be three. And so for the highest level, if you have good strict handstand push-ups, which the males do, and a lot of the females can do pretty well, right? Small breaks, 12, 10, 8, right? It's really fast. You know, there just isn't enough separation there. It's going to be seconds. And here, because there's no video review and everything's the honor system, seconds are going to mean hundreds of spots for hundreds of athletes. And that's a big problem, in my opinion.
Did someone say something to the effect? There was something about an AMRAP, but I want to go back and find it. Yeah, there we go. Here it is. What if they made workout 4 an AMRAP and went back to the start after the strict handstand push-ups? Do you get a longer workout? Or what if it was just handstand push-ups for the rest of till the time cap and you just get as many reps as you can there?
God, that would be so bad.
That should no.
Well, I'm not saying that the time, because isn't that the long one? Isn't that
if it was
then you would obviously
AMRAP,
change the time domain? Like, I'm not saying you would keep that.
A 20-minute AMRAP would make that workout much better, but then you do need like. I would be a fan of a 20-minute workout like that. And then if you kept the first workout, but then you have the issue of you still have the same issue. The workout's just better. Like, I think the workout is a better workout, and I like that a lot better to be your long one. Like, it's just a 20-minute AMRAP, but that doesn't change anything. Like, how people finish the workout in general and how they finish in a 20-minute AMRAP would be very similar.
Right. I agree. Well,
does that make sense? Like,
yeah, probably.
It
Most likely.
It really wouldn't.
Yeah, it would be. Well, no one's getting through it twice, right? So if you can, if you're big and you can get through the handstand push-ups, like, you could row your way into an improvement if you really wanted to, like, make it hurt. But I would
that
be,
much of an improvement.
It would be so hard. Yeah, it would be so hard.
I doubt it.
And that rolls into Jeff's comment. So Boz said this. Boz said this exact statement on the show. The question was asked, well, why don't you hold a 140 on the row? Well, the guys are probably going to get close to that, right? Like, the big guys are going to be in the 145. But the problem is when you say, hey, just go row faster, you know, like, you fundamentally know how fucked the rest of your workout is going to be. So it's not a good argument, right? It's just not a good argument. It's the same as saying, okay, oh, why don't you just go unbroken on your handstand push-ups? Well, if I do, and I'm going to do 20, then I'm not going to be able to do fucking 1. So it's like him trying to be funny, which is fine, but it doesn't make any sense from an athlete at all. Like, it is fundamentally incorrect to propose this be the solution. Oh, you should just go harder. No, that's not how it works, because this is not where the workout is won. And we know that because we all have done this for 15 years. And so we know where workouts are won and where workouts are lost. And so the only way that this makes sense is if you can go unbroken on the rest of the workout, right? So if it was 30 thrusters, right, then it's like, oh, then I can send the row, right? But it's 30 power cleans. No, it's 30 clean and jerks. No one is going to go unbroken on those clean and jerks with any, because it's just going to, like, it's just like saying, well, I just want you to go faster the whole time, and it's just going to make it a better workout. And it's like, okay, in theory, yes, but we know that if you send it, that's why, coming back to this argument, that's why Jackie Pro, that's why Jackie Pro was written the way it was written, Boz, because you wrote it to create a stimulus that would fuck up the rest of the workout, right? That's why Jackie Pro had a gate, right? So because of that, you can't assume that this is going to, like, oh, it just makes the workout harder. No, this is just the wrong strategy, right? Maybe it's right for one person, you know? And so this was the next question I want to bring up. But yeah, anyways, I hate that statement. Oh, just row harder. Well, the row it's not won and lost in the row. Now, if you did 100 calories, yeah, maybe like that. Now there's a little bit of bigger separation, but not much, right?
Here, can I answer this one?
Yes. Comment. I want to keep this comment up because I do want to address this, but that's funny.
I think there are people that would finish 400th place in quarterfinals that could beat 10 people that qualify for the semifinals in the 20 to 40th place.
Start over.
And I don't think that should be the case.
Start over. Start. You have a girl that's 400th.
No. I don't have anybody.
Okay.
I'm saying that she said, will this significantly affect the 20 to 40th place qualifiers for the semis? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm saying there are plenty of people that are going to be like 45th to 80th that would place much higher in a semifinal than these 20 to 40th people. And I could find somebody in the 400th place that would beat at least 10 people in the 20 to 40th place. They would not beat the people 45 to 80th that have certain abilities that the people 20 to 40th don't have, because the aerobic fitness is there, but also the strength and the hard gymnastics is there. And they just weren't aerobic enough to beat the 20 to 40th people with these workouts. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
You get what I'm saying, right? I know you got to wrap your head around it a little bit, but
yeah. And so
the right people, I don't necessarily think it is for the 20 to 40th people. The top 20 people, they are always going to be there no matter what.
That gap is too big. And so that rolls into the biggest thing I was talking about with Tristan is qualifying process this year. Del Mar, Syndicate, French, Copacer, maybe. I don't know. There's one more. They're only inviting the top 20, and then they're going to get backfill based on that. Well, those top 20 are going to, no matter what Boz put on paper, was going to be the same 20, right? Arguably the same 30 to 40 in the world, right? Because it's world. So it's going to be pretty much the same 30 to 40 people, give or change the bottom 10 a little, right? And so because of that, it's like, it's the cop out, right? It's the same as saying that, well, we'll find the fittest. Yes. And that's the goal. And I get that. And I do truly fundamentally agree with that. But as a coach in the space that wants my athletes to grow within it, right? That sentiment means that they don't matter until they somehow just become good enough to be the best, right?
Correct.
And so there's like that, it's a very hard thing to gap. And so, when the workouts come out and it's very biased in one direction, right? Or very unique to a certain style of athlete, then it's hard to get people motivated. Going in person is most people's Super Bowl. Hi, Bubby. And so because of that, this workout or this battery of tests should be a little more robust. So and again, I think the workouts are fine. I think they're okay. And I think
it'd make a great open.
It would have made a cool open for sure. But
I'm saying that positively.
Yeah. And so, and it's just like, it could have been better, like just small things, but it is what it is. So, I think we can only complain, as much as we can about, we're just going to start running in circles. I did want to answer, some people had some like actual structured questions.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad one.
You're on pull them up.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go in order. So
Braden says, I got a question for y'all. I can only make it to an affiliate Saturday and Sunday. How would you do the workouts?
Yeah. So the same order that we suggested to everybody, we'll start with 2, then you can alternate 4 and 1. I'd probably go, since it's same day, I'd probably go 2, then 1, and then 4 to open day 2 and 3 to finish.
Those
and
anchors
Braden, if
staying the same and the other 2 being somewhat interchangeable, but being more
somewhat interchangeable. I know Braden's kind of a bigger guy. Like and this is one that we didn't bring up a lot just because I know the deadlift isn't very easy for a lot of our athletes in our pool. If the deadlift workout is not hard for you at all, like you're good, you have a really resilient back, I probably would pull the deadlift workout earlier in the week, honestly. Cause I don't like, for me, and even being someone that's not very strong at all, like that deadlift workout will not affect anything else of the weekend at all. After an hour, I'm fine. And so I think there is that unique person in there that really does well with hinging. Oh, I do want to talk about like the actual balance of the tests from a movement perspective too at some point. And so that would be probably the only change for anyone if you're strong enough to move that deadlift bar. Pretty easy. So 2, 4 or 1 alternating easy, and then finishing with 3 is like our overarching like advice.
I'm inclined to think that the deadlift workout's going to be enough of a beatdown for your nervous system to put it at the end anyway. But yeah, even if you're a good hinger.
So, all right, we'll go. It's probably not a bad question. Will we have a bunch? Yeah, and I think I'm just hoping Thursday comes up. I think I'm more bummed about this than anything, to be honest, because of the importance to the sport, right? So, okay, The test is the test. It is what it is. We can't change it. We're happy about it now. We've talked about it. We've been sad. Now we're happy. Right. But now we have to honor system people finishing in the top 50 in the world. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's just a crazy sentiment that people are going to do that. And it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Exactly.
This is tough.
This is great. Doing workout 2 today would be a huge advantage. It would be the biggest advantage, right? And so it is.
So many people are going to do that.
I know. And that's a huge, I'm praying that when the window opens, we all get an email that says, if you're moving on in any fashion, your video has to be submitted public and you have to have the password. You know what I mean? Like, because if you read the rules, like we read last week, in theory, the rules are gray enough and ambiguous enough that they could easily do that. And there would be not against it at all. But I know they're not going to do that. And that really sucks. Like that is, yeah. And so not even talking about how they're going to skirt the standards, just the fact that people are going to do it early, right? And they won't do the workouts right. And it didn't take anything, because all you have to do is say, you got to, if you like, you can put a score in, but if you want to qualify for your next stage, all 5 videos must be public. Even don't even put a password in. Like just like give them the week. Who cares? 5 videos need to be public. Right.
Right.
And it just changes everything immediately. Right. People who have thought about doing whatever, and then you just let the public do its thing.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think the idea of just, if you're going to announce it now, just give them a full week to do it, and then require videos would be.
Dude, with shuttle runs too, so many people
I don't
count
understand.
Shuttle runs wrong.
I just don't even get it, John.
Correct. It's not.
No,
good.
I don't think it's hard either, CJ. But so many people do. They count their shuttles wrong and do half of the work. And in a workout that is a sprint, right? That's 2 100%. Measured sprints.
Right.
That's super, super important.
Mm-hmm. You know what else is huge about one of these? So I don't know if you, John, I know you haven't been in CrossFit like forever, but the year of 19.2, the overhead walking lunge, step up, strict handstand push up. Do you know how many people think strict handstand push ups can be done with a skull mat under their head? John. And I mean, like, people, dude, the amount of the scores on that workout in 2019 when it came out were insanity, right? Like, they're like, oh, what? Like, I went to.
It's one of my favorite workouts, honestly.
It's a
the
great
lunge,
workout.
step up, hand, yeah.
Yeah,
handstand push up, handstand walk, correct?
Yeah, dude, what a great workout,
dude. That would be so much better than the 4 that we have right now. Right. Like, I would take
such a good open.
If you that just did open workouts of old. Think about this.
I know.
16, 2. If you just did any open from 2014 to 2020, it would make for a better quarterfinals than we have right now. I really want you to think about it. It's true.
I know.
That is sad. That is sad. You can do the pistol here, real quick.
In 30 seconds, let's pick. Let's pick the 4. Let's pick the 4. Pistol clean workout, right?
Oh,
20.
That's disgusting. I don't.
Such a good one.
But yeah. I think we do the handstand push-up workout. I really love that workout. 16.1, maybe. That's too much overhead lunging, maybe, though. That's the 20-minute AMRAP with the overhead barbell lunge, burpees, and toes.
I was going to say that to keep the theme, choose your own adventure, 20.5. Even though we did all those movements.
Love that. No, but it's great.
But it fits. Like, it fits. And then.
I mean, you're on top of this right now. So I'm going to let you rock. 20.1. 20.1.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Snatches and bar facing burpees.
Done. I do horrendous in that quarterfinal.
Yeah. But CJ, we both agree that's great. You know who would do pretty good? Except that one. Except 20.1. No, yeah. No, I'm not a games athlete. I actually really love that workout, though.
It's such a great workout.
It's a really good engine workout. If you could just take the open, though, just the open, 2014, 14.1 to 14.5. If you agree with me so wholeheartedly, CJ, just the open from those years would make for better quarterfinals. Claire, how do you see that and think this is an amazing test? I love the path that we're going on. We are weaker, we are more aerobic, and we are not as good at gymnastics. I accept the fact that we're so less in these movements and that we just are going to be a little bit stronger high roxers.
Well, there are gymnastics, so we're not high roxers, even with this test.
Is it a little bit stronger?
And gymnastics. So no. And also, I didn't say that this is just the best. I just simply said that it is obvious, okay, they have decided to make this something that the entire 25% can actually get excited to do, which means it's not something super exciting for you.
No, but you said, and you like that path. You said you like the path that they're going on. That's what you said.
So yet again, I think that I'm just like, we have semifinals and we have the games. Like we have our opportunity for those top athletes to like really shine. If they're going to choose to make the quarterfinals be this thing that is 25% of the population can do it, then they need to be able to do it. And this is something that they can do. So like, that's all I'm saying is like, you really want this to be a significant step up. And they're saying, no, it's not. I'm not saying that it's the best test or that, I'm saying they're programming it for the top 25%, which means it's not going to be heavy.
Then it's just an extended open. And like,
right.
That's
what Jamie said,
what
Jamie said they want, what is like that? Right. Yes, correct.
And I mean, if that's what we're doing, fine.
Okay, then get on board because that's what we're doing.
I'm not getting on board. I'll never be on board with that. I'll never be on board with not testing people.
Because,
you're not pushing people to want to be better. And that's what CrossFit used to do. That's what it should do. It's literal methodology. You can't do this. Let me show you a path to where you can. We're going backwards.
That's not giving you an opportunity to get better. I'm confused. It's one stage of a multi-stage journey. It's literally just one step in the process. This isn't the test. This isn't the games. It's also not the semifinals. Like, yes, it's a part of it, but we
Continue. You guys are making me laugh. This is great.
I mean, I don't care to argue on it. I really don't. I just don't know how you can be so for this when it's like a step backwards in the evolution of fitness for your regular person.
What I do see it as to some degree is but it's at this stage of the journey, so it's too early to say. Year over year, we have continued to see we've seen larger athletes becoming more favored. Well, so far, this is not saying that. But yet again, I don't necessarily think that's going to persist at the later stages. I don't know yet. So for the first two stages, that lighter athlete is in a more advantageous position than they are in future parts of the season, and certainly in previous quarterfinals. I think, would you guys prefer to see more gymnastics? I think that's we could take a look at this, like you said, and take a look at the test and go, okay, what do we think about it as a test? I'm at peace with what they've chosen to make this about. I can acknowledge that it's different.
I think it's
more inclusive because they included 15% more of people.
Well, they've already done that and the tests have been harder. So I don't think that argument, you've said that before, but I just don't think that argument is generally valid, right? 23 and 20 or 24 was still 25%. 23 was still 10%. Yeah. So 24 was 25%. And there was rope climbs and muscle ups and strict handstand push-ups. And so, which is there now. And so it's not from like a pure movement selection perspective. It's not, the workouts were better overall. The ascending weight and the clean and jerk was really good. And so and so I don't like that argument, right? We can just disagree on that, but I think it would be better with some midline work, right? We're going into the next thing with arguably a very low pulling gymnastics test.
I am surprised to not see rope climbs or GHDs. Like there are some
Yeah.
things I'm surprised to
And
not see
so,
for sure.
and so I think, again, I'm going to keep coming back to my biggest challenges are the gap from where they are now for the competitors to go in person is going to be astronomical. And there's going to be some people that show up and get blasted. And that's a big deal. Carolyn, for sure. This is because there's so many people. This is what I said, John, and John didn't agree with it, which is fine. The reason why there is not rope climbs and GHGs is because 70,000 people are doing this, and it's an absolutely, like, just an absolute logistical nightmare for gyms, right? Now, is that the right decision? I don't know. Maybe not for the highest end of our sport. For masters going through, probably, right? Like, it's probably okay, right? Just because it's so inconvenient. And so I think that's the challenge. And so we're going to see, well, for sure, almost guaranteed to see it in semifinals, right? In online semifinals. And so, but I think my biggest pushback is the speed run, is the fact that there is no, like the fact that there's no limiters, there's no bottlenecks, and that's a problem. There's nowhere it's a gap, right? And there's no judging. There's no overarching, like, view and confirmation of videos or standards. And so it's going to be a game of seconds for hundreds and hundreds of spots. And so that's a big deal. And I don't like that. I also don't like 3 of the very similar tests, right? And that bothers me. But it's hard to make, like Colton said it yesterday or 2 days ago when he was on Clinton Things, right? It's really hard to make a test that's accessible and a good test for a 75%er and a good test for the top athlete, right? John's argument is that doesn't fucking matter. We program for the best and we scale for the rest. And I totally agree with that too, right? And so I see a lot of sides in this, and it's yeah, I don't know. I thought we would see Toast the Bar. I thought we would see maybe
sorry, I just tried to pull the same one.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that like makes or break. I think
no, I mean, I would have liked to seen it, and I'm surprised we didn't. But
yeah, I mean, there's going to be some people that are going to get there and are going to be really shitty at pulling gymnastics too, and they're going to have a really poor midline. So
the gap is that is going to be interesting to see the gap between quarterfinals and semis. John, I hope I do understand. I think your perspective. Like, I do understand what you're saying. I just understand the other side too, and don't need it to look a certain way. So, okay, wait. So do we want to talk about the completeness of the quarterfinals test?
To JD's, I think it's not a bottleneck for the highest level athletes. I still think that it's not a
freaking bottleneck for your okay athlete.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well,
it is.
I have 40-year-old moms that will do 12, 10, 8 and be just fine. And they're regular gym goers.
On the handstand push-ups?
Yes, I'll take a video for you all. It's not a bottleneck.
I don't believe that they're regular gym goers. Maybe they are to you.
Yeah. I mean,
moms of 4 that just come to CrossFit every day.
And that's amazing. They're super fit. That's so cool. That's ridiculously cool.
I hope you heard that, Jenny. You're super fit.
Hey. So this is,
she's gonna love that.
I don't know. JY, I just think about your thing is I care about the top. I care about the top. That's where your focus is, right? And that's awesome. And you know them better than anybody, right?
No, I think you have me twisted.
But we have to remember that the CrossFitters globally as a whole, it's a very broad landscape. And even with these tests, they actually do require a high level of strength, skill, fitness.
I agree. And so I want to answer Jamie's. I don't understand why people are so against testing the base of the pyramid. I'm not. I think it's a very important thing. I just don't want it to be every test. Right.
It's and I think 3 out of 4, and it should be 1 out of 4.
I think it's 3 of 4.
I completely agree with CJ.
And I think it's 3 of 4. if the handstand push-up is considered still a bottleneck, okay, it's 2.7 out of 4, right? And so that's like my biggest thing. I think they're just
I think if you want to say that in the open, I would agree with you. But who are like? It is a step up. It's supposed to be a step up.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think it was a step up from this year's open, but not much. Okay, so I want to talk just about the what Claire said about the actual completeness of the test, right? So assuming the difficulty doesn't matter, right? Is the test overall balanced? And it's extremely, even though I know that hang squat clean is the knee flexion pattern, it's not really a knee flexion pattern. It is a hinge pattern, and it is very hinge biased. All 4 workouts have high volume hinging, like as a primary limiter in the workout. And so from a movement selection perspective,
yeah.
I mean, you could say workout 1 isn't, but like if you struggle with like,
no, I mean, shuttle runs are hinging. Shuttle runs are all hinged.
Dude, I've never seen an unweighted movement fuck up so many lower backs.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
No,
I don't get it. Sure. I mean, I do get it, but it's just wild, and it's how universal it is insane. And so you have workout 1, burpees, anti-flexion with overhead squats. Not that it's a hinging, but it's going to blow up the low back, and a shuttle run. It's not a lot, but it's there. Workout 2, 80 hang squat cleans. It's a hang workout. It's grip and gymnastics, obviously, but those hinging on those hang squat cleans is going to thrash some backs. Then we have 60 ascending deadlifts, and then we have rowing with clean and jerks, right? Pulling from the ground. And so I think it is not a super balanced movement expression test overall, right? I think we missed the mark there. Probably could have lunged somewhere instead. I know we I think a lunge. I know we lunged in the open, but that lunge was kind of arbitrary. I think we could have like heavy lunged, like a front rack lunge, instead of maybe the overhead squats, like even like 50 feet or 100 feet or something like that. We're already shuttle running. That would have been sick. But I'd do like an overhead squat overall. But I think low backs are going to be toasted on and then people, yeah, for sure. Like if you're really blowing up and you're arching, Jay's like, I'll be using my low back on the handstand. Yeah, exactly. So it's time domains are kind of similar. In general, there's no pulling at all.
Yeah, what are our time domains? We have a 20-minute cap, but realistically, the workout itself for a lot, that's the working time is going to be less. Yeah, we have a 15 and a 12, right?
Assuming you can do the handstand push-ups with any type of gusto, right? Like under 6 sets, right? We'll just assume 6 sets is probably like an average good athlete. Then you're looking at like
12 minutes.
Yeah. You row slow, 8 minutes, right? Guys will still be a little bit quicker. Girls will be like 8:30. You're looking at 3
for 15 for girls, 13 for guys.
Yeah, something like that. And so all right, so we have 13 to 15, which is kind of where we anticipated. Workout 1, sub 10, right? I think John, you said sub 8
for the best.
For the best, so we'll just say sub 10, and I think that it's so close too, right? Like I think it really, it's like it's a pretty short.
This is one that there will be people that aren't necessarily great that could do a score next to great people.
Workout number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's just how much if you're efficient at overhead squat with 115 or 85 pounds. And it's just, can you hurt for 4 minutes?
Yeah.
For 2 repeats. And like, I think a lot of people can. That's something that a lot of people are going to be able to do.
Does Colton win barring no? I've never even heard that word.
That's going in my regular vocabulary immediately.
Kind of like his deadlifting, whatever, back bending to Narnia.
I actually think the shuttle run workout hurts him.
You think it's enough? You think 20 shuttle runs is enough?
I think it will cover up the
squats and burpees.
Yeah.
And he's going to be able to sprint the burpees. He doesn't have to pace them like he did.
Yeah. No, he'll probably be fine on that one. The bar muscle up squat clean one, I think you'll be surprised because that one is all grip. Yeah. All grip. And he's had grip issues before, workouts with high grip in them. I've seen Jason Hopper take him to school in a gymnastics workout.
But isn't his grip issues more specific to ring and rope, not bar? Like he doesn't show up on bar?
I've seen him do in a bar muscle up workout have grip issues too. I see somebody like Dallin doing like winning that work, and not necessarily winning. Maybe Jeff Adler would be a great one. But just somebody who's going to be able to hang on the dumbbells and they're not going to hurt them at all. They'll all be able to move pretty fast, but when your grip blows up,
the only thing is it's not enough volume. I mean, like it's going to blow up, but like it also, I don't know if it's enough to where that'll really start to like become a true issue for him, the workout itself not being like, I'm not going to say he's not going to be feeling it or that, whatever, but I don't know if it's,
he'll gain some ground in the squats. Like that pattern will just be,
he will. It just depends if he can keep going with it. I've seen him not be able to.
Yeah.
In grip intensive workouts.
Yep. Workout 3. I mean, deadlifting double unders. That's a toss up for 100 people.
Yeah.
Both female and male.
I think Tudor. I just think of whoever has the fastest double unders because they're all just going to hammer that. Mm-hmm. Tudor's super strong. His double unders are literally maybe the best in all of CrossFit. Tudor and Down would be my pick for those two. But Colt, like again, this one's tough because there is no separation. So Colton could be 5 seconds off of the winner and be 15th place, and that's enough to not make him win.
Right. Yep.
Because the one workout that there is separation, that's the one workout where he might have grip issues. Now, I don't know if he will or not. It just has happened before.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And then workout 4. I mean, I don't think Colton. I don't think the strict handstand push-ups are enough.
It's such a bite-sized chunk for someone like him.
And so
he'll be fine on this, though. I think
he'll be good. No, I just don't think he's going to win it.
I think his cycle rate and the clean and jerks will make up a lot of time. But I hear you, CJ. But he won the rowing wall walk workout, and I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, he sent the row in his wall.
He didn't win it, but he beat Jason, right? Like I was shocked at how fast. Like he's a really good rower.
Yeah, he is a good rower. So maybe he does win that workout. I was just thinking that the clean and jerk specifically just gives someone a chance to like take some time, and the fact that it's 8 minutes on the rower, not 4.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't pick him to win, but if he did, I don't put it past him to.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And then so there's some talks in here, CrossFit, shuttle runs, and this. And so again, another like point for speed runs.
They're going to cheat the overhead squats so badly.
Another point.
This is just tough. I mean, you could call out so many movements throughout this.
Oh, yeah.
This is
and this is where. So, but when you have a bottleneck,
hard to see play out.
But when you have a bottleneck, specifically like a bar muscle up or a rope climb,
you can't cheat it.
It's very hard. It's way different. You know what I mean? Like a wall ball, you can cheat it twice, and so the movement is 20% the effort of a full movement, right? Or like the hang squat cleans, cheating that movement makes it a lot faster, right? Like a heavy amount faster. You still got to swing it, and now the bar muscle ups are there, but like the overhead squats there when it's just a game of seconds. Right. Again, it's in-person racing. Amazing. Right. Because you get that one no rep and you're screwed and the whole thing is done. And then it's awesome. And the crowd goes wild, which is cool. But when we do it online, it's just the easiest way to like go from 25th or go from 75th to 25th. Right. And I think it's going to be that
will happen.
100%. And so, we hope everyone has integrity, but they don't. So that is what it is. And then workout 4, I think we're past. I think we're past.
Dude, she would have won quarterfinals. I'm convinced.
Did you watch those videos? I was out of pocket this weekend, so I've only like caught up partially with the last hoorah. I didn't see any of it. And
dude, I'm props
storytelling up to it
for saying that she did it. I mean, like she kind of like
that's what happened this morning, right? When they go live.
Yeah, she kind of had a lot of excuses and said like she didn't do certain things, but she absolutely did edit her video. So like, I mean, you take like she admitted it, but like with some not all the way admitted it, but she did say that she cheated. So I mean,
crazy.
No, much better. I have much more respect for her doing that than.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's also 20. Yeah, she's very young. Very young.
Yeah, that is wild.
Now,
what a crazy thing.
Probably need to have spectacular videos from here on out. If you're her, like CJ lighting, no clear lines.
Yeah, none of this. Don't do what I'm doing.
Showing your weights every time, like all that stuff.
You want to go here?
Sure. Oh, this is a great question, by the way. This is a productive question that I hope all 80 of you listening can like take some advice and not suck next year if you suck this year. So Shelly asks,
a kind way of wording that.
It is. Well, I have to be so nice inside of Academy all the time that I gotta let
get it out somewhere.
You suck. Yeah, I don't do the Instagram thing anymore. So
you're better off for it. I'm thinking about deleting Instagram.
Shelly, I've thought about it. Shelly Young says, so I have a question for you guys. What would you suggest for those who are disappointed with this year start doing now so that we can be better for this type of test next year? Well, so let's just assume that it's not a disappointment in the test, but just how you performed in the test, right? Because I think that just fits better than the direction. Because if you just go in the direction that you assume the test is going to go, it will always bite you in the ass. Number one, right? Like it always will. That's just how it works. As soon as you think you have Dave figured out or Boz figured out, we all thought it was going to look like 24 and it didn't. And I was like, oh shit. Right. We worked on rope climbs and GHGs a lot and all these things. And now they didn't show up. So I look at it more of use the test, do quarterfinals, get more data, take your open, and then do a comparison. If you can't do your own comparison, throw it into any AI language model ever, and it'll spit it back out at you, right? Or send it to a coach and just look at your weaknesses, right? And check your ego at the door and do the shit you suck at way more often than you do the fun stuff, right? Like 60 to 75% of the time, it should be a weakness bias training model, right? As long as you can mentally get in that mold. And so it is it's how you should train. The sport is about averages. It's not about home runs, especially in the mass, right? It's about being, jack of all trades. Like it's said hundreds of times and referenced hundreds of times about work capacity and being under the curve and having a broader curve, right? Not having any big spikes. And so if you're strong somewhere, you got to bring up your weaknesses, right? And that just makes you a better athlete. So
you said the sport, just the methodology as a whole.
Yeah. So, but Shelly referenced the open, right? I mean, well, she didn't, but she inadvertently referenced the open.
Which is a test of
and so I think the true pay to play is in strength for the open. You have to be strong enough to do all the things, whatever that is. And John assumes everyone's strong enough. I know a lot of people aren't just always strong enough. John is used to that, but they're not. And so as long as you can thruster a 95, 65 pound bar and you can power clean that and you have the strength to do a muscle up, right? In those things, then it's about building capacity, right? And it's not just cardio, right? That's not the thing. Like you running for an entire year is not going to move that needle as well as you think it is, right? If gymnastics are a huge issue, if you have the strength, 10 plus strict pull-ups, then it's a skill component, right? Work on the skills that you don't have. And so it's doing similar style designs, right? Consistently, just getting good at burpees. Being good at running doesn't mean you're good at burpees, by the way. It's a very, very different thing. Elevation change is a little bit different too. So anyways, that's in short.
I thought Taylor brought up a good point on their live reaction today, saying that like with the choose your own adventure, it's just confirming. And I think throughout the entire open, it's just, strategy is something that as we have all been doing CrossFit for longer and longer, like it's a huge component of the skills that we have. So just like adding it to, we have our list of skills that you're expected to, continue to expand and grow in CrossFit. And I thought it was cool because it was like your mental, not just like fortitude, but literally like your strategy is another thing that we're clearly testing on a consistent basis these days, which I guess is kind of a dub, but add it to the list.
John, is he saying your mom PR'd her back squat at 315 today?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say it. Say the thing you say the whole spiel you gave about Miriam. Say it to your mom right now, live publicly.
Oh, no, I've told her that before. They don't listen to me.
Okay. All right. You probably never need to back squat ever again because I've coached.
She'll get down to 260 and then she'll be like, I'm so weak now. So like, I can't do anything. And then like feel miserable about herself.
This is crazy. Cause like we knew your dad was strong,
but to know that even more
of your parents
I've told both of them they should just never touch barbells ever again. They'd be better at CrossFit.
100%.
But
she said, I'm not quitting squatting.
No, they're not going to do that.
So
my dad's actually gotten like really skinny. He's lost, I don't know if he's lost 50 pounds, but it's around there. He's lost a lot of weight. Literally bench presses and squats every single day.
Right.
So
Shelly, so in this state, by the way, this statement is true for every age. Not
goes away is 260, by the way. Like that's
right.
So
yeah,
ashamed
exactly.
of and like can't walk outside.
So it's all relative to the person, right? So her statement says, CJ, I'm almost 50. If I quit, it goes away. If a 20-year-old quits squatting, it goes away too. Like that's not age specific. And it probably doesn't even go away that much faster. So and this is where I was going. So muscle is gold when you're an old woman. So just to be clear, enough muscle is gold. And then everything else is aerobic capacity and cardiovascular health based, right? And so the need for strength is in our world arbitrarily, it is fucking 1% needed for the longevity strength requirements, grip strength, balance, all of those things, right? Like that thing that you've read on whatever articles you've read about strength being a driver of like health and old age, it's 100% true. But the need for that relative to you is like 3% of what your capability is. And you would have the strength needed to be successful into triple digits without ever touching another thing, right? Ever. And so that strength is going to stay with you indefinitely forever. Now, cardiovascular health is different. This was, dude, 100% came on my mind. I was like, God damn, like what is happening in the young?
I'm so impressed.
I was. That's why
fucking crazy.
That's why gorilla is my logo. And so where I come from.
So yes, muscle is gold when you're an old woman, but I've trained people with real no muscle. Like I've been it to where like person in a wheelchair can't sit upright and they need a belt, right? Because they have atrophy to that point. They literally can't even sit up. Okay. They need something that holds them up because they're weak, right? So whenever you think you're losing enough strength that's going to affect you later in life, you are so fucking far from that. And something would have to happen, right? Like you'd have to have some form of traumatic accident for it to like actually be that case. And so I don't think you should ever have to worry about that. I know you're not going to listen to me, but I just want to make it clear from a rehab perspective and actually seeing what weakness looks like. None of us have weakness in any capacity in anything that we do at all whatsoever, right? On the spectrum of life in the human population. And so but it's nice to say, oh, your glutes are weak or your quads are weak or whatever. It's not really weak. They're just weak relative to like maybe you squatting 500 or whatever that might be. And so, but in functional actuality, it's nowhere near anything ever, and it never will be. So,
but congrats on 315.
yeah, dude, you're
That's
fucking savage. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Deal.
315 is bonkers.
Never squat again.
Ever. Ever.
This is funny. Cross that sarcopenia sees Shelly and runs.
Yeah, that's right.
It's funny. And you said, hey, I know you're not going to listen to me. You don't know that. Maybe she is. She's here.
She'll listen to her own son. I mean, but that's probably a little different. She's only here because of John.
Either way, Shelly, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm proud of you for your.
I'm super glad you're here.
as well. Yep.
All right. Do you have any other starred things?
Oh gosh, I do have a few.
Probably.
We made our way through.
That'd be crazy if like CJ was the one.
Oh, that convinced them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dad's the harder sell, but it would be so funny. I would be all for it. But Dad's doing fine though. Like he just needs to keep on doing what he's doing right now.
Has he got double unders yet?
He was working them.
That's good.
I don't know if he's still working them, but he was like
that's cool.
Every day, like on his story for a while. He was. Yeah.
I'll even let you guys join for one membership just because of John. $50, and then you could get access to all the shit that you're like, man, I really wish I could do that.
Are you saying both of them?
That's true.
Yeah, I'd give them. Yeah, why not?
Did you say that you wanted to talk about something about the semifinals as well, like the qualification process to them? I think you touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, I think we hit on it.
You did as much as you wanted to do there. The importance.
Well, the current structure this year means that it doesn't matter because the top 20, like it's going from the top down worldwide. That in and of itself is nothing to do with the workouts, but there's a problem there. Like that doesn't make any sense. That means somebody that finishes 15th in the world can theoretically go to like 5 basically besides, NorCal didn't do it. So they could go to all of them, one person. And I think that's insane. It defeats the entire purpose. So it's all going to be hinged on these 4 workouts. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I was just thinking, we had a good bit of squatting capacity and barbell in the open one time. We have barbell in 3 of the 4 workouts for quarterfinals. So a lot more here, right? Yeah. I am surprised we don't have any more gymnastics.
Yeah, and so we can't assume any of the tests from the open have any type of influence now, right? Because people that are arguably scaled athletes are making quarterfinals at the lowest percentages, right? Like they don't have all the skills in every division, right? And so and that's fine. I think they should still make quarterfinals because they want to compete more, and I love that extension of the season for them. But these 4 workouts are going to determine 4 semifinal rosters, and I think that's a problem, right? And so, and it could be the same 4 rosters. That's also not very entertaining for the sport, and to watch the same, 30% of the same 40 people compete over and over and over again. I don't know. I just think this structure this year is just weird.
I can't wait to see Jamie talk about this. I don't know if she's still in the comments. She was earlier because she said it's maddening at some point. And I'm like, oh, I just can't wait to see what, I don't know. Yeah. There's just too much of an honor system, right? They're like, oh, the 2 people. It's just crazy. Like, I just think like that. And then because of the importance of it, there's just did you have a chance to take a look at whatever that garage gym thing was yet? I have not.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I just don't want to bring attention to it because I just don't want to have something else to talk about when 100 or 1,000 people email Dave saying, can they do it at their garage gym with no one around?
Well, if he mentioned it in his weekend review, then it's out there.
Yeah, for sure. John, did you see that?
No.
Dave in weekend review said, 99% will do it in affiliate, but there's 1% that won't be able to. And if that's you and there's no way that you can do it, you can email us and maybe we'll see what we can do. And I was like, just
So
like,
is that how he worded it? Because I haven't seen it yet. He just said, well, maybe you can email
you
us.
don't know. He might not respond to any of them.
Yeah, he might not respond. It's very possible.
So this is probably a nothing. I'd like to think this is nothing. I haven't seen it yet, though.
I'm going to do it in my garage.
He's the person that emailed is in a country with literally no affiliates. Very different. I mean, yeah, that is very different.
Anyways, that was an interesting one. Yeah, agreed. This is for sure, right? Or like they're in North Canada and it's like they're 5 hours from an affiliate.
I imagine that you can just get like a special thing that doesn't need to be made a big deal.
Well, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, just submit it under CrossFit HQ or something, and we'll put your name down. You know what I mean? It's like this person's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how they're handling that.
Anything else? I have so much work to do. Having this announcement on this day, like I have so many athletes to program for. Thank God it's like everyone's doing a very, very, very similar next 2 days, and then they're gonna rest. But God, this on Monday absolutely crushed me. Right?
Yeah.
So like it got announced. I had a dentist appointment today that took 2 hours.
Are you okay?
30 minutes. Am I okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's my first dentist appointment in like 10 years. I have.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't get it when it was just an evaluation, so I got to get a cleaning. I got a couple cavities. It is what it is.
Okay, well that's not bad.
But nothing major?
No, definitely
That's
not.
Great.
And so that took away my whole morning. I had work plans, and then I was there for 2 hours instead of 30 minutes. And then the call announces, or we get the announcement, and we talk for an hour, and then I go to swim for 30 minutes. Right. Bennett started swim lessons. Well, his third round of swim lessons, which is amazing. It's so fun to watch your kid just like do cool things, by the way. And it's just an amazing thing. Then we come here and we have a 2-hour fucking strategy call, which was great, but it was so long.
Yeah, you're probably tired.
Till 6. And then parent mode, played with Bennett for an hour, put him down, and then did this for an hour and a half. And then now I'm going to probably hit 400 milligrams of caffeine, not 400
oh my gosh.
total. And then
I had a similar experience.
5 hours.
Yeah.
With your day?
Yeah, I had a long day. I had a lot of coaching and like programming. And then then we have these 2 podcasts. And I didn't think about our night one until the afternoon one. And I was like, oh, we're doing that too. And and like, not that it's a bad thing. It's just
a lot.
Yep.
It's just
a
another
lot of
thing.
podcasting in one day. We're doing 3 hours of podcasting, and we did.
When I just
call, so
spent my entire weekend talking nonstop, and so today, like I was like, any chance I'm not actively with humans, which I love you all, but I'm not speaking, and I've been talking so much. But JY, I almost like seeing your disposition. I almost want to be like, you should just go have a bowl of Cocoa Puffs, and that's saying something from me because I will never recommend that somebody go have a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
What's wrong?
But I just
with
want
my
you to be
disposition?
I think you just seem a little bit disheartened, and I don't like that. So I'm sorry.
You're a little less animated.
Get used to it.
Why?
That's just how. I'm not going
It'll
to
be
complain.
fine.
I'm not gonna complain, and I'm not gonna be mad. But that's just how I'm gonna look.
Sad.
I can't fake happiness.
Are you selfishly sad?
I'm trying to contain. No, it's not about
because of
that,
like
Claire.
your.
It's not about me doing good. I would rather it be hard workouts and like Tyler crushes me. It's about the test and what it should be and what it has been. And then I don't think going backwards in fitness is good. I don't think we're less fit now than what we used to be. And I don't believe in participation trophies. And if we're going to have that in the open, I can understand that. Like I can get behind the open being what it is because of quarterfinals. But if quarterfinals is just an extension of that, I can't get behind that. Like we're not fitter now than we were in 2016. I mean, it's right. We're not less fit than we were in 2016. Why are we being programmed like we are? Like, that's not like CrossFit. Their big thing was, we are going to push the envelope of fitness, not just for the fittest man or woman in the world, but for your everyday CrossFitter. We're going to push what the average fit person is. And I think they've been largely successful in that. They're not doing that anymore. They're not doing that anymore. And that used to be the best part about CrossFit, was like, I'm going to take this random 52-year-old dad who hasn't worked out in 20 years, right, since college, and I'm going to make this man the fittest he's ever been. And he's going to do things he never thought was possible. And when he does his first,
as a CrossFitter,
when he does his first legless rope climb, it's going to be a big deal. But I'm saying, from the top down, they push that message with how, and you're very clear on this. This is just the step that they're going in. This is what it is now. This is what it is now. The message is not that. And it used to be that.
I still think we have to.
Why are we motivated to do hard things if they're not there?
They are there, though. And I still do believe that, like, these workouts, although they may not be what you want to see, like, this is still elite fitness in the world. It actually is.
I'm not about the world. I'm about the CrossFit world. And I don't think we should treat
we're at stage 2.
I don't think we should treat today's people
CJ, what was
less.
That?
Oh, snap.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
I don't think we should treat today's people that like they're less fit than they were in 2016. I'm never going to believe in that, ever. And in CrossFit used to push the envelope, and now they don't.
They still
of
do.
What's possible.
Oh my gosh.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Then when 2,000 people could do 3/4 of the workouts in quarterfinals unbroken and just hammering it, I disagree completely. And there's a lot of people that agree with me. It's not just me that thinks that. And I'm not even talking about the strength. The gymnastics is probably worse than the strength.
In this unique portion of the argument, all of those people are going to go to semifinals and they're going to get it. All of them. So, but that doesn't
I think you exclude 95 to 85 percentile people. I think you exclude like 70% of those people, and you tell them that they don't matter.
What? Say that again.
The 95 to 85 percentile people who fit in that category, I think 70% of them, you're just telling them they don't matter because it's just an extension of the open.
I think they're going to have a great time. Caroline says, I don't think many people are unbroken, as many on the that many people
on
are
all of these workouts.
Right.
Well, I think they're unbroken on the first one. You think they're not going to go 20 overhead squats unbroken? I think the deadlifts, if they're not breaking.
Actually, no. I think there's going to be a good number, a good percentage of the people that won't.
Of the top people?
25%.
Yeah, again, I think this is where this is like where the differing is like Claire's looking at the overall, right? And like inclusivity and
right.
John's.
Right. And Claire, I'm never going to care about that. Now, it's no offense to you. I believe,
right, but that's
and that
just said earlier.
The people will want to get better because they see things that they can't do.
But you'll still see those things that you can't do.
What can't you do in this?
This is your
Me
wife's
personally,
thing, by the way.
Yeah, I know, and she knows it's true too. Yeah, Claire, what can you not do in these quarterfinals?
The handstand push-up volume.
You can't do one handstand push-up.
Well, I don't think it needs to be to the point that people can't do one, right? I don't know if that's like.
No, I mean, I'm like a weight though, a certain weight they can't cycle, a deficit handstand push-up, you just can't do one. Like you're stopped, right?
That's fine.
So you're going to, the 30 strict handstand push-ups you will struggle with, but you can do them, correct?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not, I'll be shocked if I get through those.
But you're going to be, okay.
That's
you
also
can do,
one
you
of
can
the,
do 15. In 8 minutes, you can't do 15 strict handstand push-ups.
we're going to see.
Okay. How many ring muscle ups did you get?
So
That was in the open. The open shouldn't be harder than quarterfinals.
But I don't think that it is.
Like I'm saying, the hardest movement in quarterfinals is a strict handstand push-up.
Yes.
There was a harder movement in the open. There should be 5 movements harder than a ring muscle up in quarterfinals, including weights. I'm saying including weights. So that could be like 2 of the movements.
I'm so enjoying listening to you guys. I just want to make it clear. Continue. This is great.
I mean, no, it's fine. We're just going to agree to disagree, Claire. But
yes,
I'm never going to be on the side of inclusivity and everybody should be able to do all the workouts. I'm always going to be on the side of we should push the envelope. And there should be separation in the top. It's not even just my level of people. There should be separation at the top. And there's one workout that does that. And even that workout, I don't think it's going to separate a ton.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get it later. And like you said, like, you want it like this, CrossFit is supposed to inspire people. Like this does not change that. It's still going to do that handedly.
No. And 100% it comes down to this. I'm not going to be for that side ever. I'm not going to get talked into it either.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
That's all right.
Like, I don't know. I want people to strive for better. And you think they still will. I think this makes you not want to.
So
I don't even think that makes any sense. I can't even make that make sense.
If there were 2 workouts in quarterfinals that you just couldn't do.
So I think
the answer would be get stronger.
What does having the ability to do it or not have
better
to do with me trying hard while I do it?
It's beside. I'm saying learning new skills. All
Right,
you have
we
right
still
now
have
is
to work on all of
push-ups.
that all year round.
Okay.
What new skill did you want them to introduce into quarterfinals?
Handstand walking, rope climb capacity.
That's not a new skill, and that's usually easier than a strict handstand push-up.
A
handstand walk.
In volume, most people would disagree.
I don't agree.
Heavier barbell cycling. That's just I've named 4 things right off the bat.
That stuff will come later.
That nobody
you guys fully checked out. How are we? Okay.
That nobody will get to try other than the top 1%. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. I think that should be applied to the masses. I think it always should be applied to the masses.
CJ, did you just leave the chat?
What?
Did you just leave the chat?
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, you guys are going back and forth. No. I mean, I'm kind of like, I understand. I mean, so.
Oh, you're
CJ 100% agrees with me, but he's just going to be polite about it.
No, I agree with portions of it. I don't agree. I agree. Okay. So I agree that putting things up that people can't do is 100% the best way to convince people to do harder things. Right.
That's literally what I said. You said, I have no idea what you're saying.
Hold on. Sort of. You just delivered it a little bit different.
Also, I agree with what you just said. I do agree with that.
And yes. And so I agree there. Now, do I think that this one battery of tests compared to the last 4 quarterfinal batteries that we've had is an indication of direction of where we're going as a sport? No, because the open had ring muscle ups in it again. And I think that's a good thing. So I think this is the beauty and probably the downfall, at least in a programming concept of CrossFit, is that like the test is going to change a lot. And just basically how they feel that year and maybe the landscape of the community is going to dictate the test. And John thinks that that is a terrible idea. I think it's a terrible idea too. I'm just not as apocalyptic about it. And so
I'm not apocalyptic. I just don't care to fake that it's okay. Like I'm not going to say, I see your point of view. I think your point of view is just wrong. And CJ agrees. He just won't say that. And so that's true, CJ.
So
that's true.
Okay, well, listen, I agree from the sport perspective in the concept of, I don't disagree with what you're saying, right? But I also agree that putting a workout up when that is going 4 days before we're allowed to do them, that 98% of the people can't do, is a pretty fucking terrible business decision. Right. And it's a terrible community decision. Why give 25% the opportunity to compete if that 25% has zero opportunity to compete? Right. And so I understand that too. Right. I'm just not as hard on it, but I don't think this is like a recipe for the future. Right. Like, I don't think this is like setting the tone for the next years to come. Right.
Okay.
I think we could easily see an increase in difficulty, right? We brought it back after not having it for a year. Semifinals had, I don't even remember what semifinals were last year. I know they for sure had rope climbs and GHGs in some capacity, most likely.
And they were all online semis?
Yeah, online semis, and so with those things, I certainly can see this there, right? It's just like testing the water. So I'm not as like upset about it. I'm upset about the implications of like the sport specifically, right? Of like, hey, there's this huge gap. That's a problem, right? I don't like a regression. I think there should be harder movements. I'm just not as mad about it in general, right? And I mean, and to be honest, I mean, I probably should be, because like not having rope climbs or like handstand walks or like a really heavy bar kind of fucks Gucci. And like, this is a big deal for her. This is a big deal for her weekend.
It's not right? That it's about his athletes. That's a part of fitness.
Yeah.
That the next step should be able to be tested for.
Apparently it's coming in semis.
And semis is like your power output stuff that doesn't get tested.
That's
usually how it always goes. And I mean, I just think it's such a cop out where like the top athletes will still get to do it.
Right. And that's why I'm not saying, yeah.
But I guess we just never should try to do anything hard. We'll just keep doing the open and we just do those things over and over again.
Well, it should have been a step up.
You don't think this is hard.
Relentless. I love it.
Most
all right.
of these people signing up for this are going to think this is plenty hard.
All right. Moving on. Thank you guys. It's late. I got to work. I'm hungry.
JY, I appreciate you. I do respect your opinions. I hope you know that.
Do you know that me and CJ have the same opinion? It's important for me that you know that.
Then CJ,
because I'm not even mad. Like you guys think I'm mad. I'm not.
I don't think
mad.
You're mad.
Or you're telling me I'm disheartened. I just don't.
I still want you to have
bend to the will of that opinion. Like, but I think it is important. It's important to me to know, for you to know that me and CJ have the same opinion. Because I don't know if you think that, and it's important for you to know that.
Okay, CJ.
The bad thing is CJ knows 100%, and he just lets this go.
What do you mean? Well, I'm not gonna yell about it.
You know exactly.
I voiced my opinion for fucking 90 minutes.
I know.
All right.
Okay. Well,
we'll just turn this into Jenny saying I'm just selfish or whatever.
Oh, so now you're mad at me?
No. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not mad. I'm good if we never talk about it ever again.
We're probably going to talk about it. So, all right.
Okay,
me and JY have the same opinion. JY is just more vocal about it than I am. I think people should do hard things. I think this overall test is probably not as hard as it should have been. I think it is plenty hard overall for a lot of people. I think it should have been harder. There's a gap.
It could have been better. It can always be better. I would imagine the people who wrote it would say it could have been better. It could always be better.
Yes, when it's done, but they won't say that now because then they could have just made it better. But anywho, all right. On that note, thank you guys for being here. That was a good show. That was fun.
Yeah, is everyone okay?
Don't forget, JY is not mad. I think JY is actually most upset with me because I didn't just
For sure. He's completely
he's going to consider not coming back on the show next week.
I'm not upset at anybody. I'm not upset.
Hey, I just want to be clear. So, yeah, we can do a right show. I mean, we already did. We did it in 30 seconds, and it was probably harder.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
But I just want to make this clear that Shelly Young joined WODprep Academy.
I hope I do her onboarding call.
That should be the takeaway of the show. Congrats. I mean, that's like.
Well, and John, just to be clear,
I never thought it would ever happen.
Just to be clear, her joining WODprep Academy negates your whole fucking argument. Like all of it.
I will tell her to jump off the train so fast.
Hey, Shelly, book your onboarding call, please.
CrossFit.
I hope it's with me.
Hey, buddy, if you message me directly, I'll give you her whole purchase out of my pocket, without a doubt. Even if it was annual.
Yeah, because he wants your.
Just you follow me on Instagram. I know you do.
I hate this argument. No offense, Jeff. Jeff, I think you're awesome. I love you, Jeff. This argument's so stupid. A 5K isn't hard. Guess what? A lot of people will beat me. It's not.
And so I think this is also it's still hard. It's hard to do really well. Like, let's not, like, John's not saying it's not hard to do really well. It's just a very specific aspect of it, and it's all very similar, right? It's still hard to be an elite CrossFit athlete, no matter what is put up there, if it has CrossFit patterns in it at all.
Yeah, you'd be hard pressed for me to find anything that I could be on any level close to the guys that make the games.
And so, you should talk to people. I guess you don't have to. Anyways, and so it's always hard, right? It's more of like, is it hard in the right direction, right? Like, is it just hard because people are kind of testing the same energy system, right, or the same modality? And yeah, because CrossFit's hard as shit. I don't think that's I'll defend John. That's certainly not what he's saying at all, right? No, he's definitely not. Tanner's
they're pushing me to it.
Stop it.
The Crucible's looking real good right now.
So, anyways, it's
start doing more shows with Brian. Just little by little. Just start.
John's like, I can only do it once a month.
Float that way. Oh man!
And then he takes his level 1 and he just completely transforms.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know I don't have my level 1?
Oh, we can find out real quick. It's not hard.
Let's do that off air.
Yeah, bye.
All right, bye. Love you guys. Search up John Young.